Hello, how's my little hookers? Why does that do that? Every time I get on here, people start clicking in on their advertisements and it drives me bananas. Oh, it's just crazy. Hi, how's everybody this afternoon? I'm a little late getting my podcast done today. It's like 5 o'clock and I should have had it done hours ago, but I was late taking my shower. I've been trying to straighten up around the house. I got my reacher out, picked up those cloak hangers and put those so I could close the closet door. And all weekend, all I did was crochet. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I have to show you the end results. Are you ready? Here it is. This is the pillow that I was working on. The original pattern that I was using of Anno's, the Italian girl. Well, I didn't like it. It wasn't easy to do, and I wasn't having fun doing it. So if I don't have fun doing it, rip it out. So I found this pattern on my buddy Crystal on Bago Day 123. Or Bago Day, I forgot, it's not 123. I don't know why I said that. I'm getting her confused with, Claire on Bob Wilson 123. But anyway, here's the pillow, and as you can see, it gets lighter and it gets darker here. And then I put a nice border around it with half double crochet and then double crochet. That was my own thing that I did that. And then it gets lighter and lighter. And you can see the white through her bedspread is blue, a blue design, but underneath of it is white. The base is white. So this is, yep, it came out nice. I'm real proud of it. I worked on it all weekend, and of course I used the red heart ombre yarn, and that's that blue variegated scuba dooba. Good old scuba. So she came over this afternoon. That's why I'm a little late getting this done, and showed it to her, and she just loved it. She was so thrilled. Do you know how that makes you when you see someone that really enjoys the work that you've done? Yeah, I know you girls know. I know you guys. I know all of you know that once that you finish a project and it's so well appreciated, and that appreciation is shown in their faces and what they say, you just know you did a good job and you pleased someone. So that's one of my finished projects. The one thing that I did on this was she did it for a 14-inch. I have a 16-inch. So what I did is I increased the hook size to an eye hook. And I didn't mind that it had the space in between. I kind of liked it. So that worked out. It worked out perfect. And then I just had to do a couple rows, one of half double crochet and then double crochet. And then what I did was I just put the seam. The seam is the backwards single crochet, whatever they want, roping kind of thing. Can you see it there? Let's see. Yeah, there. It just made it look nicer, and I liked it. The ribbon, it almost looks like a ribbing that you would find on a sewn one. But yeah, I like the ribbon on it. I like it a lot. So that was one of my finished objects for this weekend. And now I'm going to turn my camera around because I want you to see what else I finished. Oh, I was a busy little girl. These fingers were aching at night. That's how much I worked on it. Okay. Let's see if you can see it. Here we go. This is my little caddy. I finished it. Let's see if I can do this a little bit better without destroying. Anyway, I put Velcro, 3 strips of Velcro on the back, which is here. And then I put it down here and then on each side so that it goes like this. And then, so you can turn it any way you want. And then, it sticks to this yarn. Then the front pouch, I have it open up. So there's where my balance is. So when I go to the laundry room, and then it just Velcros back together. And that way I can stick my keys in here or whatever. Then on this side, now let's see. Now I didn't follow a pattern, as you well know. I just did it on the fly here. It took me a few minutes to decide on which way I wanted to do it, but anyway, so I got it. So what I did is I took the pink and the red, and I made myself a little pocket here. See? And that way I put my little card in that I have to use when I do my laundry. So now we have it all together. Now I want to show you the difference. The first one I made, I have it hanging right here. Is this pitiful or what? I just, put it, and I put it with a button, and the button keeps coming off. And then I did a long one thinking that I would put like a bottle of water or something in it, but it just turned out it wasn't sturdy enough. So I'm at a point now that I can dispose of this, which I'm going to do. There's nothing in there, but I'll take the button off and reuse the button somewhere else. But I was real proud of it. So I did this is all red heart. I did three colors. I put the white, the red, and the pink together, and made put it together and designed it, and there it is. I'm real happy with it, very happy with it. But it turned out well, I think. I didn't want to make it any longer because it would interfere with the basket, and I wanted to be able so it could just swing. I could just swing that baby right on over if I want to, see? So we got it, and there's enough room for my hands on each side. I tried it on the walker. It works very nicely, and this is just above the storage area so that it doesn't hit and rub against it. So it's perfect, absolutely perfect. I was so excited to have that finished. And let's see. So this we'll dispose of after I take the button off. Put it up there with all the other stuff. Then I got, let me tell you guys, don't order anything at night when you're tired. It just, every time I do that, I mess up. Well, I messed up again. I needed the 15 milligram eyes for my manatee. So, and I didn't have a lot of money. I only had like $5 or $6 that I was able to spend on it. So I saw the black the 15 milligram black eyes. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Well, in the mail they came this morning, and the eyes are perfect. They are, except they're not safety eyes. You have to sew them on. But you know what? I'm kind of glad that I got them, because I'll show you. Here he is. And see how they poke out just like the manatee eyes does. And the safety ones would have been more flat, So this worked out fine. But how do you like my manatee? Isn't he coming along nicely? Here's his little flat. I haven't worked on his tail, but this is his little flat tail. And there's this little mouse. And there's his little scrunch up. See how they got it so that you do that wrinkle. He's got wrinkles. But I'm real proud of him. I'm working on the fins. That's what I have to do next. And then attach them, and he'll be done. He'll be done. Now, I haven't made that many stuffed animals or whatever. I made a really huge bear. In fact, it was the bear that Crystal has on her site that she did a long time ago. I can't remember. But anyway, I followed that pattern, made that bear, and it just so happened that the one of the ladies that worked here, she's no longer here, but her husband's nickname was Bear, and when she saw that, she just loved it. So I gave it to her. And so that was the only big bear I made. But I made 2 little bears, and I made a little kitty cat. And I think that's is that all the stuffed animals? And plus, those dolls that I made. But I have gotten, oh guys, you wouldn't believe it. I have gotten so many, I've got like 130 subscribers. Can you believe that? And that's because that Debbie got on and she starts running her mouth about me. And God bless her for all the sweet things that she said. But I just adore her. I love her too. And she, I don't know, she just tickles me. And we were corresponding long before I ever started doing these, or several months ago. But she got her doll, because when I saw her, and I think that day she had been, I don't know, a little upset with somebody, and I saw that, and I said, well, I'm going to make her a doll and send her some things. So I did. But anyway, that was so kind of you, Debbie. You're such a sweetheart. I think I'd like to come to Canada to meet you, but it's too damn cold for me. I'll just stay right here in Florida, and you can come down here and sit and talk to me if you want to. But I've decided I'm going to go ahead and use this for the cow, because God only knows what will happen next. I got it going. I'm almost finished, and then that way I can work on my tree. And I found this cone, which was, what was this cone used for? Oh, it had, oh gosh, my nose is just itching. Excuse me. Oh, itch. In the peaches and cream, this is the cone that when you get the large one, the thread, the yarn. So I think what I'm going to try to do, because I could use this as a base, but I'm going to have to cut a slit in it like this, okay, and take that out, and then this is really hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to soften it enough to pull it together, because the base of it's going to have to be smaller than this. Plus, it's not cone shaped for a tree. But I have my ideas, and I thought maybe I'd work on that. But yeah, so this could work out. So we'll have to wait and see. So I found that. What else? I think I'll go ahead and, that scarf I made for my cousin, I think I'll go ahead and send that to her. A lot of people liked it. Looked nice and warm and cozy, which it is, and it serves its purpose. She'll be warm, she'll be cozy, she'll keep the coal off her ears and stuff. And you guys wouldn't believe the ton of packages I've got over here to send out to things that I've made. And, excuse me, everything is falling off of me today. So anyway, so I got my manatee going. Then I haven't started anything else. I haven't really got that much yarn and not able to get any more. So I'm going to have to use what I have. But I need to make another pillow. And this pillow is for me. Mwah! So I was thinking of I found a pattern on, you see we're doing disco again, right? I got the TV on, and I figured that would add a little bit light every now and then. So don't think you're going crazy and not seeing straight, because that's just the TV. Because you never know, something might happen, and I don't want to miss it. MSNBC. God, because something's going on. It's like a soap opera. And if you miss one day, my gosh, wonder what's going to happen. Okay. So, ooh, I'm slobbering. I'm not that old that I have to slobber. So I thought I would take a burgundy, and I have like a tan color, a light tan, beige color. And then I have that baby blue. And I looked on my color chart, and they are, oh, here I go again, bouncing things around. If I look under blue, one of the, let's see, blue, oh, maybe it's on this side. Where's blue? Here we go, blue, blue, blue. So I'm looking on my little color chart. And when you look at the blue, and there's the light blue, and then here's the tan. Here, oh, I'm sorry. Here's the light blue that I have, and one of the alternate is the tan. Now the burgundy is over in this category right here. So, which is like, this is the primary, so this would be the secondary tier. So it might work, but it's a pattern that I found on a Crystal Bag O' Day, and it's a pretty pattern. But I don't know if using those three colors, I got to figure out the, you know, who, what, when, and where, which ones to use what. So that's really all I have going on is that pillow. And then I wanted to tell you, you know, this past weekend was the Women's March. I didn't go this year because of my knees and my neuropathy in my legs, and I went last year. And last year, and this was my friend Deb, who comes up with these wonderful ideas. She had said a long time ago, she said, why don't you make these the pink pussycat hats? So I did. I went and I put them on Marketplace, and I sold, in fact, I sold 3 to a guy in Ohio, and he wanted 2 for his grandchildren and 1 for his, no, 3 for his grandchildren. And I made them and I sent them to him, and he paid me for them. I got paid, kids, I got paid. And he loved them. The girls loved them, so I'm sure they wore them this past weekend. So this year I made some and I sold them all at the craft fair. I must have had about 6 or 7 of them in there, and they sold out. But I bet you, like, I should have gotten it out. It's in the closet. Do you want me to go get it? Let me go get it and I'll show you my take on the little pussycat hat. I have a picture that I had put on a sign that I displayed last year at $10 each. And let me show you that picture. Can you hold on a second? I'll be right back. Oh, let me get my knees straight. Let me see if I can find that now. Here we go. It's right here. I'm coming. I hate doing that. I should pause it, but then I don't know what I missed. But anyway, this is a sign I made. See? Pink cat hats. Pink. I was going to put pussycat, but you know there was kids there and I didn't want to mess. So pink cat hats for $10. This was a lady that worked here, and that's the hat that I make. And she, I took a picture of her with it on, and then I blew up the picture and put it on the sign. And I got my little red basket here that you saw, right? So I taped the sign. This is a watercolor that I did. But anyway, so I taped the sign on the basket and put it next to it. And I took a chair with me so that I could sit down. But I had, 15 to 20 hats. I sold them all within an hour. They were gone. And people were still asking me for them. So this year, I not only made some more pink hats, but I knew that I couldn't make it because I've got all this pink yarn here that I got to find something else to make with it. But, or I might make pink hats and sell them on Marketplace or, you know, someplace like that. So anyway, so I sold those hats out. They went like that, and it was just so cool. Then a lot of people said, well, you know, it's too hot down here for those. So I said, well, I'll see what else I could come up with. So what I did is I went to the dollar store and I got these headbands, and they were cloth. You know, they had cloth wrapped around. I didn't want just the plastic because the yarn would slide off. So I found these cloth headbands, and what I did was I made ears, and I put a little stuffing in them, and then some of them I put a little wire so it would hook up around the ear to keep it so that it would, you know, sit up on the band. Then I took yarn and instead of crocheting it, I took it and I wounded it around and glued it. Took the hot glue out and glued it. Did I crochet them? Yes, I did crochet them. I'm sorry. I did crochet those. I did. I crocheted all the way around it. So then when I got to the ears, I left enough yarn off the ear that was all stuffed and wired and all that, and sewed it onto the headbands. Well, kids loved those headbands, and I sold them at the craft fair. Kids loved them. They were cute. They were cute. Some of them I put a little lighter pink, in the inside of the ear, but they lasted. And some I put little embellishments in the ear, put little sparkles. They went first. Kids love the embellishments. Anything with a little bling, don't we, girls? We all like a little bling. Absolutely. I'm trying to think of some. Oh, there was one of the questions several people asked me is if I'd ever been married, and the answer is no, never been married. I thought I would go through my life without finding a love of my life, but I didn't. At the age of 43, when we were planning our 25th high school reunion, I not hooked up, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, reintroduced, well, we met up, he and I. In fact, he took me to a meeting, and I'm going to tell you guys something. You've heard of love at first sight, right? Something really strange happened in that car on the way to that meeting, because the pit of my stomach, it hurt. There was something. I mean, we talked and we laughed. He had the best sense of humor, and he said I had a good sense of humor and a quick wit, and we battled it out between us, with our wit and our sense of humor. But it was just something about him. And I loved his hands. He was tall. He was like 6'3" or so, but he had these long fingers, and he had beautiful hands. And I fell in love with him that day. But anyway, after the meeting, he brought me home, and I didn't know how he felt, right? And he walked me to the door because it was late when we got in, and I didn't hear from him. He asked for my number, my work number, and home number, my work number, I think it was. You know what? I didn't give him any numbers. That's right, I didn't give him any numbers. I must have told him where I worked and stuff like that. But about 2 or 3 weeks later, maybe 4 months later, he called and asked if I'd like to go out to lunch. So he came and picked me up and we went to lunch. Well, that was history. From then on, we both were very much in love with each other. He was a very kind man. And we were significant others for 15 years. We didn't move in together. He had his home and I had mine. And the reason we didn't, because he had young children, and I didn't want to be brought into that situation, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I loved him to death. He was the love of my life. They always say it's better to what did they say? It's better to love and lose than never to be loved at all, or something like that. Well, that's the way I feel. I was loved, and I knew I was loved, and it's hard to come back from that. But anyway, at the age of 58, he had a heart attack and passed away. He had MS. He had MS when I met him, but yet he never stopped. He was always moving. He never let it get him down. Except one time he went to the doctor. He's funny. He was so funny. He went to the doctor, and they, I think it was a dermatologist, and they checked him over, and they found, he had some little cancer spots on his face, and they did the freezing and the burning and all that. Took some things and couple days later, he comes over and he says, "Oh my God," he said, "you should see all the clothes I ordered." He went on Land's End and Brooks Brothers, and I don't want to, he ordered all kinds of clothes. He said he wanted to dress nice before he died. He was so bad. He did. He went crazy. He ordered all these, and his shirts all had his initials on them, so you can imagine what the cost was. But he was, he could do it. But yeah, he was the love of my life, and I'll never forget him. But that's why I don't think I could ever go to another class reunion. Even if they had them, it'd be 100 years now. But I did. I had the love of my life, so don't worry, you guys. I never married, but I really felt like that because of having so many responsibilities as a child, I never did want to really get married. I mean, never was. A lot of girls, they get to, at 30 years old, they're going crazy. Oh, I'm not married yet, and 30, and all that crap. And I'm going, oh, God, man, you're in the prime of your life. Keep moving. You don't really, I never felt like I had to have a man in my life. But that's just the way I was. But that's okay. I was happy with that. Couldn't go without my cats, though. I always had to have a cat. So that answers that question. I don't know what else I could talk to you about. Maybe I'll end this thing early. I'm sorry I'm taking up so much of your time, but crochet why? Oh, my sister-in-law has not gotten back to me yet. She's supposed to get back with me either tonight or tomorrow. And if she does get back with me, I'll work out what we need to do about the hats for those kids in that in the little school that's kindergarten through first grade. And she's going to talk to the teacher and so on and so forth and find out all the ifs, ands, and buts and see if it's feasible or not. Then I will do just a special video on that and let you all know if we want to get our fingers and our hooks and our yarns out and do some little my great nephew that goes to school now, that he likes his beanie hats. I had made one for his grandfather. Well, he took it and he wears that all the time because I had made him a pretty blue hat, and it had it was blue, but then it had little white specks all the way through it. It was something that I tried it once and I never did it again. And even put a pom-pom on top that I made and all that. Well, he likes that old beanie hat. I guess boys like that, and I don't think about it that way. But I think just a simple hats are good. So I'll let you know the scoop on that. And I have been trying to answer all the comments and people that ask me questions. And if I don't, it's hard to answer all of them, but you guys are so good. I just love you to death. My neighbor came over today when she saw the pillow, and I told her, I said, I have almost 130 subscribers. And she just looked at me, and opened her mouth. She said, really? And I said, yeah. I said, and then I just started crying. And I said, Penny, I said, it's like the first time in a long, long time that I felt like part of a community. And I'm getting teary-eyed just telling you guys this. But when you're homebound so much, and I was a very active person, you couldn't hold me down. I mean, I was always doing something. But I can't do it anymore. And it's hard to face it, to come to the realization that your body is just not going to keep up with a 29, 30-year-old anymore. Or even a 40-year-old. Oh, hell, I'll take 50 and go with that. I was pretty spry in my 50s, too. So but it's so nice to have a community that you can. Oh, you guys are so nice. I love listening to Kim and her vodcasts from England. And I even picked up a few words I said today. And I said something about my bump my butt was sore, or whatever they call your back, your hiney, you know. And I said, God, I've been listening to Kim too much. And Z and Seta and Miss Seta, Miss V, Miss Kim, Miss Karen. I love Karen. She's so young and sweet, and she's got those two little girls. And I just, she made that Rosie. Anyway, that jacket. I can't think right now. My mind. I'm still got kind of. My mind is blank right now. But anyway, I will keep you posted on the hats. I thank you all so much for making me a part of your community. And we just do our thing. And I got to get going on another major project. I like having big projects, and I'm not one for doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's when those pink hats, I kept doing them over. And I just get kind of bored. I like new challenges, doing different things. And I think we all do, don't we? Yeah, I think we do. But you guys are great. You keep working, keep hooking. And I'll talk to you in a couple days or before if I find out more about the hats. I'm just rocking away. Are you seasick yet? I am. No, it does help your back. If you got a bad back, just rock it a little while and it will help, but don't cross your legs. That's just a little FYI. FYI. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Have a good day and behave yourself.